Hi, everybody. It's Carla Lepke here at Your Body, Your Way Personal Training, and I'm here with one of my amazing clients, Erika. Erika, thank you so much for being here today with me. I really love Erika's story. I love where she is at within her training, and I just really wanted her to share that with you guys because we all struggle through things, and sometimes her story might resonate with you. So it's always good to hear somebody else's perspective. So, Erika, tell everybody, what were you doing before you met me?
Okay, well, I've always generally been quite active. Before training with you, I was doing a lot of Orange Theory. I was really addicted to it. And then, some yoga and some running, not as much yoga as I should, but yeah, and I've seen trainers in the past, but exercise has always been a big part of my life. So yeah, it was nothing crazy new.
Okay. So then what made you seek out a trainer and what were you possibly worried or skeptical of?
Well, I my husband really wanted to train together, and I love that idea because it gave us something to do together. And so that made us get us start looking for someone. And I worked with trainers in the past, and I think I was eager to be with another professional who could help correct my form and make sure that I was doing things safely, because it's easy to get complacent with yeah, I've done 1,000 lunges in my life, but you forget, oh crap, I'm not aligned well or whatever. So I always really appreciated that part of it. So him kind of expressing interest for the first time made us, yeah, come and start to do our research and come find you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was
And
like,
that is so great in regards to that because usually in my experience is I find the woman wants to come and train and the husband's telling her, nah, we don't need that. Right. So I love that in this case, the
yeah,
husband said, I'm ready to start training.
yes,
You're like, I got this.
yeah.
So let's talk about your aha breakthrough moments that you've had since working with me.
Yeah, it's actually been super interesting. So, with right now, when this is recorded, we're in this pandemic and life is totally different and gyms are shut down. And so, one thing I was really skeptical about training online was that how can it possibly be as good as in person? And I wasn't super eager about that. And that was kind of a big shift for me because it's so easy when people say, let's do a training session online, be like, well, I can just go on Pinterest and get my own workout, whatever. But it's so different. And that was a big aha moment for me, where you're like, oh no, there's a ton of value in this. Still, it's amazing to me that you can see bad form through the computer, no problem. You pick up on it like that. If I wobble just a bit, you comment on it. I cannot believe she's still at that. So that's been really good. That was a good moment for me. But also, since taking this break from Orange Theory, which is a very high intensity training, I've really noticed how differently my mentality is around exercise in my body. And it's easy when you're in these group exercise situations where you just have to compete with other people or even compete with yourself and constantly get a personal best every single class. And I didn't realize, oh, I was always injured. I would get these crazy tension headaches. I would get running problems with my ankle, and since I've stopped and I've just focused on training with you, they're gone. I, knock on wood, have not had one of my crazy awful tension headaches, which puts me in physio for weeks. They're terrible. And that was a big moment. I'm like, oh, I need to be gentler with myself, gentler with my body, more thoughtful, more purposeful. And that's kind of what the sessions with you have been, because you make me super thoughtful about every single way I'm positioned, every move I make, because I'm being watched. But it's been really good and really kind of healing in a sense, because yeah, just this being more gentle with my body, I just feel better, and it's been really good.
Yeah, there's definitely a time and place for all styles of training. And It's like I say to runners, and as a runner myself, an avid lover of running, is every time you go out and run, you're not going to run as if you're racing, right? So that's kind of the thing that we have to think about when we're training. Every single time that we go out, to expect that quality and that level, like you said, that personal best, if it's 5 days a week, that's a lot of pressure on the body when you need to find time to work on form, work on posture, work on mobility, work on stability. And then there's days to push hard. So, but doing constantly the same thing all the time can be very stressful on the body. Absolutely. So that's one of my training tactics is to bring a balance to people's training so that they have the high intensity, they've got the mobility, they've got what I like to call the small muscles day for stability, and all aspects of that. So I do love that comment in regards to that, because I know I have riddled my fitness journey with that as well too, of constantly pushing for that next, striving for that next, and just end up being injured all the time. So yeah, it's crazy. So that's awesome, Cher. Thank you so
Yeah,
much
to the
for that.
point where you're well, and to the point, like, it got to, like, I was just used to being injured. So I'm like, well, yeah, this is just my life. Then when you get a break from it, you're like, oh wait, no, this is better.
Yeah, we tend to tolerate things, right? So
Yeah.
the other aspect that you had said, what was it now? I lost it. You said something else in the beginning of that. It'll come back to me. Okay, so with that, what would you say to somebody who's contemplating training online? Because you commented about the online aspect.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said at first, like I was not super excited about that shift, but now doing it, it's so flexible. Like that's what I really love is like, with this, we've kind of lost our childcare, and how we were doing it before was going to the gym and meeting you and doing it in person, but we had childcare and now we don't. And I don't know when we'll have it again. And this just is so easy. We get up, we get out of bed, we go to the basement, flick it on, do it, and then start our day. And that's been really nice. So yeah, and we've chatted about this before, but you go on vacation, you can still keep your routine up. Like I really like that, because how many vacations have you taken where you're like packing 6 different outfits to go run and they never get touched? So
Never
again,
get
having
pulled
this
out of the
accountability that
suitcase.
yeah, they're just as clean as when you pack them back in the suitcase. Like it's brutal. But, just having this accountability buddy that you can pack with you and keep going. I really like that if we're ever allowed to travel again. But the other thing is, like, like that it's easy to kind of be like, well, like there's a billion workouts online, I'll just do it. But if you're not doing that already, you're not going to do it. Like it's having that person that you are accountable to. You have it in your calendar, you have paid for it, so you want to do this appointment, and it just shifts your mentality around it. And I really value it. Like I've tried to do the thing on my own where I'm just going to work out at home alone, and it's boring and it's hard to get motivated. You're not going to work out as hard, and it's hard to challenge yourself. And yeah, just to have someone who's unbiased, who's just like there to be your cheerleader, to cheer you on and help you progress in a safe way. And the fact that, yeah, you can do it in your living room or your basement or whatever, it's been really good, which is, like I mentioned before, was quite surprising to me. But yeah, I love it. Like, it's kind of like, oh, we just keep doing it online. Like, do we really need to also pay for a gym membership? Like, this is pretty great. So yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree with you there too. I was worried too at the beginning about the whole online. And then the other aspect is there's many different styles of online training that trainers have out there. There are those types of programs that you purchase. You don't actually ever meet the trainer, and you get their program and you do their DVDs as if you're buying like a Beachbody DVD, and you do their workouts. But are you really doing the workouts? So I like to bring that personal aspect to the online training to help keep you accountable with it. So you get online training with personal support. So I love it. I'm loving it.
Yeah. No, and it's been good, because if I've ever had a question, I like text you or email you, and you're like immediately like, let's have a phone call. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So it's been really good.
Awesome. Well, I have enjoyed training you. I've enjoyed seeing you grow through all of this and all the learnings that you're having. And I enjoy training couples. So I enjoy training you and your husband. It's been great.
Oh,
So
good.
thank you, Erika, so much for doing this and sharing your story with everybody. And if this story resonated with you and you find that you're just like Erika, feel free to click the link below and book a call. That's all it is it starts with a conversation. We have to find out if we're a good fit for each other. And I might just be able to give you a few tips to help you out. And if not, then we can progress further into talking about programming. So click the link and let's have a conversation. Thank you so much, Erika.